Every year, over 1 million animals plunge into the rushing rivers of East Africa. It is a terrifying gauntlet. Waiting beneath the surface are roughly 3,000 crocodiles, perfectly positioned to pick off the unlucky. The herds now face an even greater hazard lining the riverbanks, where safari vehicles have begun to choke the migratory route. In July 2025, at a spot in Tanzania known as Crossing Point Number 4, the system broke. Over 150 vehicles swarmed the area. They parked in the bushes and along the shore, forming a wall of steel across an ancient biological highway. Blocked from their exit, the animals panicked. Wildebeest began rearing back and scrambling over each other on the steep banks. Some turned and jumped into the water to avoid the crowd. Others were crushed in the stampede to escape the wall of diesel engines. The safari industry was built to celebrate this spectacle. Now, the sheer volume of that industry is inadvertently suffocating the animals it relies on. This bottleneck is more than a bad day for tourists. It is a lethal blockage in the critical biological engine of the savanna. To understand why a traffic jam here is so dangerous, you have to look at the scale of the migration. It is a relentless 800-mile perpetual loop. The herds never truly stop. A study from the University of Groningen suggests these animals are operating like biological machines, executing a strict evolutionary program. Researchers modeled the migration with two inputs, rainfall grids on the left and NDVI grids on the right measuring new plant growth. Herds are pulled forward by these dark patches of new growth. Needing these specific nutrients makes it biologically impossible to abandon their route. This modeling successfully predicted the pathways of the herds. The tight, overlapping lines trace the simulated movements of modeled wildebeest, which match the observed GPS tracks of real animals year after year. The wildebeest are executing a hardwired biological program. Their progress cannot be paused by a human traffic jam. This migration relies on a highly specialized partnership. 200,000 zebras march alongside 1.5 million wildebeest. They share the same food supply without competing. Zebras use their front teeth to eat the tough, long grass. This exposes the short, juicy shoots that the wildebeest are evolved to suck the juice from. Their survival roles are equally specialized. The zebras act as the scouts. They rely on superior vision and spatial memory to navigate the landscape. The wildebeest act as the sensors. They use acute hearing and smell, along with swarm intelligence, to detect predators hiding in the grass. This continuous grazing cycle prevents the savanna grass from dying back and drying out. Without the herds keeping the grass short, the landscape would be overwhelmed by massive carbon-releasing wildfires. This specialization makes the herds the climate heroes of the savanna. By keeping the nutrient cycle active, they lock vital carbon securely in the root systems of the grasslands. If the migration has run this way for millennia, why did the pressure from safari vehicles suddenly hit a breaking point this year? The cause was a geopolitical trigger in 2024. Kenya doubled its Masai-Mara park fees to $200 a day. This pushed thousands of operators south into Tanzania's Serengeti, quickly exceeding the capacity of river crossing zones at point number 4. Solving this requires systemic intervention. Authorities must implement strict vehicle caps at the crossings and aggressively enforce rules against rogue operators who block the riverbanks. Tourists can help by booking safaris during shoulder seasons. Visiting during the January to March calving season allows you to see the mega herds across the southern plains, while distributing human pressure more evenly throughout the year. The Great Migration is a load-bearing pillar for East Africa. If this grazing cycle is broken, the ensuing wildfires and soil depletion threaten a total ecosystem collapse. To keep this engine running, human industry must adapt to the animals, not force the animals to adapt to us.